Hi, ever wonder what it's like to work another profession or live in the underworld? Listen to unsuspecting riders give a 10 to 15 minute personal masterclass as I spontaneously interview them as they enter my taxi. I'm your host, Simon Rushton, and this is Taxi Chronicles. Morning. Yes, we're back with another rider, another episode. Today we have the lovely Sally, all the way from, Romania. And she's going to tell us about her experiences living in London and the differences and etc, etc. So nice to have you here today, Sally.
Oh, good to be here, Simon.
So before we start, what kind of child were you when you were in school?
I would say I was an introvert, but I like to explore and to, I was very curious actually, but in my own kind of little world.
Okay. Were you a lover of science then?
Yes.
Okay.
I liked, a little bit of both worlds, like, kind of literature and, but also I was pretty good in math and sciences, yeah.
What did you want to be when you were growing up?
I wanted to be an architect, actually. I was fascinated by the buildings and, I'm coming from a very small city, and I remember my first trip to the capital with my parents, and I was fascinated. It was like a new world for me.
Okay, that's nice. Why didn't you pursue that career?
Well, circumstances, I ended up moving to a totally different country, so my dream of becoming an architect actually,
You could do it here?
Yeah, I could.
If you have that love, that fire?
Yeah, probably. It's something, actually I was thinking about to find something, new to do. Well, not as new, but to pursue my dream, my child dream.
Okay. Yeah. I hear you. So what brought you to England then?
Well, I was looking for new adventure. My sister was here already and she sold me London, so colorful, and I was instantly, attracted to this.
Did you come and visit London before?
No, it was my first trip abroad, and it was I just moved here. I came to stay.
Okay, was it your older sister?
No, she's younger than me.
Oh, so your younger sister set a trend.
Yes.
You follow. So you are the introvert then. Your younger sister's an extrovert.
Yes, actually she does. Yeah. I am a bit of, jealous of her because she gets along with everybody and everyone likes her. And I'm like, deep inside, I'm like, I wish I could be like that. But I'm more, I'm studying my environment first, yeah. Which is surprising for me to give this interview, by the way.
It's okay. So we're speaking about relationships and differences and stuff like that earlier on. Let's just recap on that. How have you found, what are the biggest changes or the biggest differences, I should say, when you moved to England that you found?
Well, you have to adapt to everything pretty much. Nothing is working the way you are used to, from job perspective to relationships to friendships to everything, the way you from the things you eat to the things you like do for fun, and it's a totally different aspect. So I was captivated actually. I as I told you, I'm an explorer, so my first years I was working in a hotel, and it was so interesting. I've learned about London and England, and through my customers, I was learning as I was working, so it was pretty interesting.
What did you learn?
From the way, I need to talk to people, I need to approach people, because it's a different approach. I'm coming from a Latin background, so coming here was, different.
what was the differences though?
Well, you meet a lot of like different kind of people, good people, bad people, educated people, less educated people, fortunate, unfortunate, all sorts of personalities, people with different interests. And it was quite fun to learn about.
You have all those types of people where you come from, don't you?
Well, I don't know, maybe growing up there, I didn't see the differences, or I didn't, kind of thought about it. But coming here, was was different and interesting, and I kind of like it. Like, I'm thinking often how my life would have been and how much I would have missed if I would have not come here. Yeah, I grew a lot.
Okay. So you did different etiquettes. So the way you approach somebody or speak to somebody in Romania,
right?
What's the difference between how you would approach someone and speak to someone here?
Well, there you are more, very direct. Here, I found out that, you cannot actually just go and speak to somebody because you never know the outcome. Like, people are bothered, or they don't want to talk to you. Some of them are very friendly and actually interact, and they are very interested to learn about you. Some are not, as approachable. So this is a big difference. In Romania, you just go and, talk to them, and people are responding.
But Romania, I assume it's a smaller population?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
And we're like 60 or 67 million.
So in Romania, there are like 20 million.
Okay, so I don't know how big your country is, but I suppose the smaller communities, have you been to the English countryside here?
Just passing by, I haven't spent much time there.
No, they will always talk to you.
Right.
Northerners always have a conversation in them, even if it's just talking about the colour of red.
Right.
They've always got something to talk about. Londoners are like, why are you talking to me?
Yeah, exactly. See, I've experienced that a lot. Like, even, in the tube, like it's already famous. You don't yeah, exactly.
Yeah, unless you're a psycho. Yeah, or someone's dropped something.
Yeah, but what's funny actually is that if you have like an eye contact with somebody, some people would smile at you. In Romania, you don't get that. Like, people are like, why are you smiling at me? Because I moved back for a couple of months, and the first thing my sister told me, she said, do not smile at just random people, because they will think you lost your mind.
Okay, or you get unwanted attention.
Well, not really, no, but you just happens to meet somebody's eyes, and they just smile at you, but in a very cold and polite way, I would say, just wondering what do you want, actually. Yeah.
Okay. Do you ever see yourself going back to live in Romania?
No, because when I'm going back to visit my parents, I find it this is my place now, this is my country, this is my adoptive home.
Okay.
I would go visit, but never to live there now.
Okay.
I love London too much.
You spoke about relationships and the difference with the British men.
Right.
Explain that, how British men are different.
Well, as I said before, I'm coming from, a Latin background. We are more passionate, more, we speak our minds. Here, British men are like, I don't know, the ones I met, easily offended by actually, where it's not a problem, or you have to be all the time politically correct.
Okay.
And I find that, I don't know, a bit of like patronizing in a way. It's very... I've tried to break that barrier, but it didn't happen for me.
It doesn't work?
No.
Okay. But you used the term robotic earlier on.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Which was very interesting. because I can see what you mean when you say that. I think it also depends on the class of British man.
Right.
Because the middle class, I would say, are definitely very robotic, but the working class are not.
Yeah, I would say
you may not want a working class man.
Probably the person I had in mind when I referred to this was like, working class pretending to be a middle class or a wannabe. I don't know. It's just my own impression I had, and something I, struggled in my relationship with that person. But it was very difficult and I've tried to adapt. And then I realized it's not me.
Be yourself.
Exactly.
In that respect.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's been a great interview.
Oh, thank you.
Two last questions.
Right.
Oh, well, one last question in this case. Or two. If you could change anything.
Right.
What you've done.
In my life.
Yeah. Would you do it all the same, or would you change anything?
I would do it all over again and probably better.
Okay.
Because I it's that question of like, if I could live my life all over again, but with the same knowledge I have now, I will end up, better. Which I don't know if it's the case. We cannot have, years back and the same knowledge. But I don't regret anything. It was lovely.
Thanks a lot for that.
Thank you.
And we wish you well.
Thanks.
We hope you liked that interview. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to get the latest daily episode. Ever considered investing in the continent with the fastest growing economy and population on Earth? The same continent that holds 30% of the world's known natural resources? Then listen to our sister podcast, Africa Investor Stories, where you will hear real investors with real stories from around the world share their experience of investing in Africa. We post Monday and Thursday at 10 a.m.